every little ass kid's got an addiction to dopamine in some way or fashion. I ain't talking about the little second album, even though that was hard as fuck. But the what was it called? The primary monoamine transmitter. But not to get technical or anything. Now, that is the main way I used to stroke my dopamine was straight television. I know people don't really watch cable TV these days, but I'm saying back then that shit used to be all the rage, head ass. Nick was in his prime. Cartoon Network was in his prime. So I couldn't let any of the guys know I was watching Disney like that because like they would have looked at me crazy. Deadass, even the commercials back then, like I wasn't even mad when commercial breaks or ads were on back then because genuinely they were just good. See, I'll give you a few examples right here, a few of the kinds. See, now that we out of that, bro, let's get to the TV. I ain't gonna lie, first we do high-key have to start with Cartoon Network. Easily the one I watch the most and easily just the best one in general. Genuinely, the earliest memory of me being alive was me sneaking out of my room at like 3 in the morning, walking into my parents' room, and I just see Two Stupid Dogs playing on the TV. I don't know if y'all know what Two Stupid Dogs is. I don't even know what it is either. But all I know, it was like big ass dog, small ass chihuahua, just doing some bullshit. But I said theme song was hard as shit too. But if I genuinely had to talk about a show I watched like 24/7 back then and that old shit, easily Ed, Edd, and Eddy gotta be like top one. I say if you don't know what Ed, Edd, and Eddy is, it's about these 3 little kids, all got the name Ed, right? They all trying to make like get rich quick schemes, get some job breakers and shit. And all the neighborhood kids on the cul-de-sac just got like some two-sided beef with them. But genuinely, Ed was just sped as shit. I'm talking about tall Ed. Holy schmoly! But genuinely, this show was funny as hell. No. High key, some of the inspirations from my sound effects that I used to use. But if we need to talk about like what was it, the dynamic of the show, it's basically just that. Ed's the stupid one, Double D the smart one that never takes off his that musty ass hat, and Short Little Eddy, just the dickhead of the group. But the supporting characters, no one really cares about them. Besides Johnny and Plank. Nah, Johnny and Plank's were the goats. And I promise you I would have beat the fuck out of Plank too. Let's move slightly up the timeline. So what was it? Codename Kid Next Door. If you don't know what Codename Kids Next Door is, it's basically like just an old ass show from the 2000s. Like we tell you like so old, LeBron was a rookie when this shit came out. Basically they give it a big ass tree house going on super secret spy mission. Some dorky as hell talk about it, but that's genuinely just all it is. So we had number 1, we had Nigel, little bald head ass, right? Better say leader of the group, smartest one of the group. Probably not the smartest one, but he got the lion gene. We had number 2, we had Hoagie. He had a big one, but made all the group's inventions and stuff. We had number 3, Kookie. But I don't even remember what she did. I'm not gonna lie, she was just the morale of the group. Number 4, we had Wally. Now Wally was my goat back then. Now he was like that. He's the weapons expert of the group. He has so much aura, man. And number 5, Abby. She like the tough one, second in command. Only black character in the group too, so like I got a root for my sister. But that ass number 2 used to make some bullshit weapons. When I say, and they all were just like acronyms. I'm not sounding out all those acronyms for you today, so if you just want to look them up, that's all you. We had weapons like the Gumzooka, the Bajuka, the Cone Cannon, the Thumper, the Frappe, and stuff like that. And I'm not gonna lie, the TV movie, like genuinely, like greatest piece of cinema I've ever seen. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have a huge ass spoiler here, but this movie's like 20 years old. I think you'll be fine. I say dead ass, we find out like the main villain of the story, bruh. Number 1's uncle. Like that shit had me shook. And that finale, bro. Well, I'm not gonna lie, the finale, I didn't really care for the finale. But I'm surprised we never got Galactic Kid Next Door. We're like, cause the finale was just leading us on for no reason. Let's go like a year up the timeline to 2001. We got Samurai Jack. Let's say I be glazing the fuck out Samurai Jack because genuinely, like I don't know, like I could tell the show should have been on Adult Swim from the start. But it's like it's like a regular show type situation. Not the barriers given by Cartoon Network, the show would have had so much creativity to it. The art direction, the voice acting, the world building, you could genuinely, like, you were with Jack in his journey. But I say, just to summarize the show, what was it? Jack, he fighting the Ox, right? He fighting Big Aku. And then he's like, Aku better get his ass beat. And he's like, nah, screw that, bro. He opens a portal 1,000 years into the future, sends him there, and now he has to figure out a way to get back to the past, beat his ass, and prevent an Aku-run world from ever happening. That's it, a simple plot, but it's like they do so much with it. The soundtrack of the show was also hard, especially when you go in that first episode where Jack in the nightclub. And the choreography of this show is just so beautiful, man. But I say, if you look at the Jack and the Guardian fight from like, was it season 3 or 4? I can't fully remember. But he was fighting this blue dude, like used so many different weapons, used their, like my God. We knew Jack wasn't gonna win that, cause like look at the Guardian, bro. He's like 7 foot, like 400 pounds straight muscle. Like there's not much you could have done. And it's not until season 5, about 13 years later, where we got the conclusion of the show. I say Jack, like 50 years in the future, he's serious as hell now. He mad, he's suicidal. He's like, I can't take this no more. Until we meet some bad shit, right? That would originally they were meant to kill him. There were 5 of them. He kills 4 of them as she survived. Ashi survived. And then she defies Aku, blah, 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 happily ever after. We don't totally see the part where she fades out of time, but like, that's not canon for real. But I say, let's move up like a decade farther. I say, we got shows like Steven Universe and Clarence coming out now. I say, let's start with Clarence. You got a kid living in the middle of Arizona, definitely got like a heavy type of autism. It's being an imaginary girl in an imaginary world. But genuinely, this show could get like so disgusting at times. There's this episode where they at a fast food place. I say Clarence and Sumo there, they trying each other's food, bruh. And Clarence like, yo, Jeff, can I have one of your fries, gang? Reaches over his dirty pink-filled hand. Yo, and Jeff, I ain't gonna lie, Jeff was like not wanting to touch his shit, cause like Clarence like no hygiene, man. And for reference, this is the first fucking episode, I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna lie, Steven Universe wasn't even like bullshit per se. It wasn't even like I wouldn't even say it was bad. It was an okay show. But Steven was just high key adored. I don't know. The movie was tough though, man. Like you can make a difference. You can make it right. You can make it better. We don't have to fight. Let's move like a decade backwards to Flapjack. I don't know why the hell I was watching. I don't know that my parents would walk in the room and be like, yo, what the fuck are you watching? And then Flapjack would just be on the screen. You just gotta see for yourself. I'm not gonna lie. The show is basically about, the 7-year-old kid, a whale, and I don't know what the fuck Knuckles is. Trying to find a myth called Candy Island where all the candy you can eat and shit like that. So their main home while they're doing this is Stormalong Harbor. That's S-Town, that's their block, you feel me? But genuinely, this show was just like super weird, like even for me. There's this one moment where it's like, yo, why you not gonna play with me? I'll play with you, head ass. Yo, let's play the bathroom game. You win! And for reference, that means he pissed himself. He talking about he 38 years old right after casually doing that. There's a second moment, was it big ass like hairy dude, right? And he's talking about like, oh yeah, I'm not a man. But I say puts on the wig. This guy has a whole daughter, sounds like a man too. What was it? And then the dog comes out and starts meowing, bro. What was it? The bartender for the candy? Nah, I go, our son was not right in his head. I said, nah, Mad a pretty good pull too for me. If you don't know what Mad is, basically like a sketch comedy thing where they like put, like it's just random. But I say if there's any like 50-year-olds here, it's based off the magazine. But then their spy versus spy segment was always tough. But everything else was just, I don't know what was happening there. I say one of my favorite ones is high key corny, but it's like dude ordering a hot dog. He's talking like, oh yeah, we get one with everything. Bro just pulls everything around and just puts it on the hot dog. I say I didn't think that would be that'd be the funniest one, but I don't know. It's just like it's just calm. But before we transfer channels, we can't forget about Teen Titans Go. We took it like the king of king of absolute bull. I'm about to say the singing numbers, like half of them are either about poop, fart, or butts. But I don't know. I say like the early seasons of Teen Titans Go, season 1 and 2 actually have stories to them to me. The episode where they're trying to find a perfect sandwich, had to get all the ingredients and stuff. See, that's a good episode. Like no bullshit, straight to the point. We got caramel apples, and they just sitting on the couch casually, like nothing gonna happen, right? Nothing gonna happen. Nigga Trigon's arm just comes out of nowhere, just grabs Robin by the nape of his neck. Oh yeah, there's also the episode that gets serious, like they just go through a whole design change. It's all because Aqualad out of all people. You can let Aqualad talk to you like that. Talk about they not serious, they a joke to the superhuman race. Then they all just crash on each other at the end, and it just resets like always. Dead ass, man. They be doing anything but fight and cry. But then we trade for the Nickelodeon story. Yeah, I would be so genuine. Nick was just so terrible back then. But no, we had like a few gems in the rough. I say Sanjay and Craig, man. This is just a regular show except with one dude and a snake. First thing I gotta say about this show, the wings looked amazing, man. But I said fried cake. Now fried cake like top 5 places I would want to go if I were the cartoon show. When I genuinely they were just doing bullshit. First episode is them trying to watch a butt surf. So I ain't talking like no BBLs. I'm talking like a dude's whole butt gets for flavor. And then when they're not doing nothing serious, they just keep farting. Show was genuinely just more disgusting than Clarence by far, and I don't know how the hell he could do that. And Sanjay like genuinely had no game in this show. I know he was like 12, but it's like he kept like trying to go for a 16-year-old like daughter of the fried cake owner. Her name was Bell Pepper. He just stood there like just looking like a little geek. I'm not gonna lie, no, Craig got it, bro. Craig got it.
What's that guy?
But so you can kind of put breadwinners in the same category, like because they're like very similar shows in that sense. Sway had no game in it. Instead of Bell Pepper, let's think of like a short little mallard named, what was it? Her name, Jenny Quackles. Except in this case, she wasn't even bad. She was like, I don't know what she was on. I don't know what Sway was seeing in front of that beak, but I don't want to know. But if you don't know what breadwinners is, let's actually talk about the actual show real quick. The show basically revolves around 2 ducks, Sway and Badooz, delivering bread to the city of Pangea. Like I said, the show could actually be funny at times. I remember this episode where they adopt like a 3-bun baby. I said they just heart him. They start shaking their cheeks, right? There was also this episode where like Sway grows 3 chest hairs, right? And he's talking about, oh yeah, you a man now, And then Badooz slept out. He's like, yo, I want that chest hair, bro. I want the most chest hair in all of Pangea. I said he gets his wish, right? But the problem is that he takes it from someone else. Happen to be just some big bulky dudes, and that happens to be a Viking. I said Uski the Great. Uski was my goat, like best recurring character in the show, by the way. And then Badooz just gets his ass beat. I said best episode with Uski in it. Basically, what was it? I forgot what they were specifically doing, but the ducks dress up the van. Was it Rocket Van as a girl? He has a crush on the fucking van. They go on a date, Badooz talk about, oh yeah, I'm a compulsive liar. I have no job or money. I'm just a bum. Then Uski into that because he's a fucking pillager, so that makes sense. But nah, for a chance, let me go to Nate Jr. for one time. Nah, Bubble Guppies wasn't even bullshit. Like, one of my favorite shows of all time. But I just wanted a reason to mention it because I was never gonna get a chance to. But I say very linear format too, but like good cast of characters. Gil Heike soloed and easily had some of the best songs of all time. There's the one with the restaurant. What was it? I wanna eat at a restaurant. I wanna eat at a restaurant. I wanna be at a. Okay, yeah, head ass, right? And what was the dinosaur one? It was a long time, yo. It was a really long time. Long time ago. Whoa. I ain't gonna lie, that just brought a tear to my eye. Nah, but that genuinely reminds me of the time I sang, what was it? Oh yeah, California Dreaming in front of the school when I was in like 5th grade. The song that went, I don't know, this is an old song by the way. This is like 60s. I don't know, y'all don't know about this. It went kind of like, what was it? Stopped into a church. I passed along the way. Well, I got down on my knees and I pretend to pray. Sorry, I'm not gonna lie, just one nigga used to sing. Fanboy and Chum, I'm not sure a lot of people remember that one, but nah, this one was in my time. We got 2 quirky kids that think they superheroes. I don't know where their parents at or who let them come to school in this bullshit. But it's like, hey, if they happy, they happy. But genuinely, the designs of these characters were just like off the wazoo, man. And then like, I don't know if y'all noticed, but this is where like the something ain't right here thing came from. No, the only live action show I watched on Nick was, what was it called? Bella and the Bulldogs. There was this one moment from the show, Bella trying to make a play, right? She like, oh yeah, the ball bad. She walking around, she runs in the back of the end zone for a touchdown. I don't know who let that play slide. But, like, I don't know. Sometimes I was genuinely just waiting for a Marshawn Lynch look-alike to come in. But besides that, the rest of Nick was just genuinely like a mid-fest. But let's go to the last of the big 3. We got Disney Channel. Disney Channel had it like that back then. Like genuinely, all the bad shit was watching it. And in order to fit in, I had to like, you know what? Let me open up this show, see what the big deal is. First show I see on there, Girl Meets World. This show is like a, what was it, sequel to Boy Meets World, which is like a 20-year, that's like 20 years ago from the show. And we got Rowan Blanchard and Sabrina Carpenter, like two pretty best friends, head ass, right? But I'm not gonna lie, the show was corny as hell. I don't really get the big deal. We had this moment where I think his name was Zed, like the token black character in the show. He walking in the hallway, right? He gets picked up like this grown ass man. We supposed to believe is a high schooler. Big dude Lucas right there, right? He's like, no, I can't just slide. I'm sorry, so I gotta go help. He goes out the hallway. He presses his ass. He's like, Zay, you good? Yo, move. And Billy's talking about, I had a neck in my head.
I miss it.
I liked it. I missed it. You're my new neck. Well, gay piece of shit. Lucas like, type shit. There's a taekwondo takedown. Puts his hands to the locker, presses him. You like, oh yeah, I'm as strong as a horse. I'm gonna try it. I just am. I know we can start taking shots at each other. But I promise you one thing and one thing only, and you really need to hear this. In the end, I'm going to be the one that walks away, and you're going to be the one on the floor. So the hoes were going for this back then. Like I tried this when I was in elementary school. Shit did not go well. They got the dog shit beaten out of me. There was also this moment where Lucas and Jay trying to join the football team. They go in trying to press him out. Everyone in there 6'2", 250. They just throw him out. But I was way more of a Disney XD guy. I don't know if you ever heard of Right Now Kapow. It's exactly like Mad, except it's like the same characters every time. Like this show wasn't really, I can't even say it was like funny like that. It was just entertaining. It just looked good to me. The only thing I can really remember from this show was, what was it? The little dog was taking the test. He just starts putting bullshit on. He pulls a Bart Simpson, and it's just a whole musical number I'm not trying to get into. I say same thing with the assimilation episode where like everyone else smart as fuck. They like half robot getting 100% on test. The dog gets 99%, and then like, nah, we gotta kill your ass, bro. We gotta put a robot brain inside your shit. You can tell the show was just kind of mad. That's like the best thing I could have mentioned. Nah, but Kick Buttowski, man. Oh my god, yeah, so much aura. But I say if you don't know what Kick Buttowski is, somehow I don't know how you wouldn't. It's basically about a short daredevil, I think like 10 years old, pulling stunts all across Melbourne. He had this little fat friend named Gunther, like Viking family. They were doing this shit together. So he had his little brother named Brad, like little tall dude, like little musty piece of shit. Yeah, Brad. That's all we used to say back then. Kind of reminds me of those dudes on Love Island that we just be pulling shit. You know how like they be saying, what was it? I'm looking for a girl in the villa. Small eyes, thick thighs, white lies. Like that's exactly his archetype. Nah, but the stunts he was pulling in this shit was crazy. He was just doing shit and it was somehow working. But a ping pong episode easily my favorite because like, as you know, high key, I'm a competitive ping pong player. So it's like, it just brought tears to my eyes. There was also this one show I watched like an episode of called Shake It Up. Like the only thing I fully remember from the show is that Zendaya was like the main character. But I remember this episode where they like competed with their dance move. They talk about you can't dance. Let me hit this shit. Us. And they're just hitting some bullshit, right? One more TV show I could really mention is like, this might be a little po to y'all, but I ain't gonna lie. No. Roll the theme song, bro. Roll the theme song. Nah, Pingu was genuinely best show that you can't understand what the fuck they saying. But I said the show revolves, it's like Peppa Pig except stop motion and revolves around Penguin. Obviously the main character's name is Pingu and it's just him just doing shit around the house most of the time. But I said this show was funny as hell sometimes. Matter of fact, they're just trying to have a nice family dinner, right? They eating their little golden balls. What I'm assuming is spinach and some fish, right? Nigga just sucks this shit through the damn straw, right? Cause he not trying to eat his vegetables, spits that shit out immediately. And dad talking in this gibberish, like what was it? Thought back then when I was a little kid I could just somehow translate that shit. I still haven't. And that little newt effect, bruh. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, that shit had me rolling. There was also this one scary ass episode. What was it? I think it was a seal walrus, something like that. It was just crawling through, following Pingu with his life. I don't know, that shit scared the fuck out of me back then. But unfortunately, that's where my road with TV comes to an end. There were a few commercials worth mentioning that I might put some clips of them in between this. I said I would put some clips of them in between this.
Bring out the tiger. Run, tiger! Bring out the tiger!
But now whatever TV had in terms of like just absolute nonsense playing on the TV, YouTube had tenfold. YouTube really taught me how to be a man. It taught me how to hate. It taught me how to love head ass. Ironically, I did learn how to tie a tie from that Jason Tatum video too. My earliest memories of watching YouTube were easily just the web series and like just the straight bullshit they used to put on the screen. I don't know if y'all remember Happy Tree Friends, but I'm not gonna lie, that was my guilty pleasure when I was like 8. For reference, an 8-year-old should not be watching that show, but I ain't have no parental supervision on the net back then, so we bold. If you don't know what Happy Tree Friends is, it's basically just it's just really a sitcom. They just do random shit, except like every time it just ends in like just gore. And I mean gore, bro. Like, I mean straight up cartel tactics they be using on these characters. There's this one specific episode I remember, I think his name was Flippy, right? Green little bear. It's like an evil version of him walking around killing everyone, right? Then it tries to kill him. Flippy fighting back. And he's like, nah, I ain't going out like this. But I say, they in the mirror, they wrestling. He looks in the mirror, he's like, yo, why am I holding a knife to my own neck? And it turns out the dude just had like really serious PTSD. Like, if I had to rate top 3 characters in the show, we had the little tall moose Lumpy, like just dumb as shit, like dumb as a box of rocks, as you would say. Number 2, we got Sniffles, little scientist anteater. I'm probably sure he caused like half of the deaths in the damn show. And number 3, we got Nutty. We got the candy fiend. I think he was supposed to represent gluttony in some way, but I ain't looked that far anyway. They also gave this depravity of a show a mobile game for whatever reason. I'm pretty sure it was just a racing game where you would just like aim to kill other people. It's like backstretch battles on Roblox kinda. It was actually a pretty good game, ignoring like all the gore and shit. But high key, it wouldn't be Happy Tree Friends without it. If we're on the topic of old media back in like early 2010s, like late 2000s, like, we can't forget about that Narwhal song. As soon as Potts put that shit on the living room TV, I was hooked. It was like 25 seconds, but those 25 seconds are just stuck in your head for some godforsaken reason. I genuinely thought narwhals were just some like mythical creature at this point until I was like 12 years old. The real version of narwhals are just fried as fuck. And the horn that comes out of their thing is not a horn, unfortunately. It's their tooth. But deadass being a narwhal gotta suck. Tobuscus is another dude I used to watch in the 2010s, 24/7. I don't think I really gotta explain who the dude is. We got some good ass classics. This is the Minotaur song, Nugget and a Biscuit, I Kiss With My Sword, and my personal favorite, what was it, the Diamond song? But I can't lie, Lil Timmy was sweet as candy. Like, one of my like very deep memories that just come up is just me in my bed. It's like 9 p.m. I'm just rewatching the viral video, Tobuscus video, like over and over. Back then I wanted to be great. I don't think Oxuna would be a thing without that video, JD. And like all the other old shit I used to drop like when I was like 13, 12, like I just hope that stays lost. Annoying Orange is also in the same boat, with just genuinely how much I used to just replay the videos over and over. I don't know if people really watch the gaming videos, but I love that GTA series where he was like cosplaying as a superhero. It was a Buttman. But I said those were my grails back then. But genuinely when you get older, you genuinely start to wonder like how the fuck was I watching this? I used to also love those channels where they used to just make parody of popular songs at the time. What was it, Bart Baker? I'm gonna lie, Bart was off like 15 perks when he was making these videos, but I ate him up. It's a shame he flew away to China, never came back. Like, that ass not China. I'm gonna pull up soon, bro. I got y'all. I know y'all can't see this YouTube band over there, but I got y'all, bro. There was also poptoonstv as well. This one I remember way more vividly. The Starboy parody was just, I don't know what the hell they were on making that. I don't know what Steven Universe has to do with anything. Like, I don't even know where they got the idea from. Oh yeah, the Havana parody was also top tier. Gotta put a Despacito one up there. We also got, was it Swish Swish by Katy Perry? Gotta put that one on the list. I can't even say if that's what I liked one was good, but my MJ to go though. MJ to go though. Yeah, but what was it? The Key of Awesome. Let's see. If they didn't quit, they would have been up there. I know like everyone knows what Nyan Cat is, but there was this one specific version where it was just Nyan Cat, just genre hopping above like multiple different franchises and stuff. When I say this video, easily my top 3 of like all time. I don't know if y'all remember that one song, like the song that went, what was it? If all love is I know that, right? I used to love the edits that were with that song. Like, they were the animation memes I messed with. By the way, like, those were, I can't say they were top tier, but they were good for the time. Good for the time. Side note on that, all right, what was it? The zombie song, what was it? Stephanie Baby. Yeah, I could not let anyone know I was listening to that on repeat. Back on track though, the Roblox edits to these songs were like top. There was this one game on Roblox that like had the song playing and while you were falling off a building. And the moment, man, the moment. Yo, I was a fucking dork. I'm pretty sure we all did this. We all did this, right? Like, I used to watch those videos about the Nickelodeon couples, but say they put like ships together and put them in a slideshow. I think the one I used to specifically watch had Avril Lavigne in the background. Like the one song that, what was it? La 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 la. And unfortunately, I can't sing any more of that because I'm not trying to get that copyright. I'm not trying to get my shit smited. Same thing for the Loud House. Like when they had like the sad moments, I go out a Loud House community, just a bunch of like they special people. And back then when the show was new, it was not much different. Half of it was just either fetish art or like them just getting hurt. And I don't know the name of the song, but it went like my voice can't go that high, but you know what I'm talking about. There's also this one video with Tom and Jerry with, what was it, Lily Potter in the back. There's that one episode where like Tom sells like all his earthly possessions to try to pull a broad, still fails because it's like no matter what, you can give her soul, you can give her everything you have, you can give her your life, she'll still go for who has more, head ass. I didn't even watch it. I didn't give a fuck about the subject material. I just like the song. Yo, let's read some comments from this shit though. 1990 makes you laugh. 2019 makes you cry. It's better to have a true enemy than a fake friend. The only a white tear came down from my leg, and Jerry never left his side like a best friend does. When you realize the two friends who made you laugh the most during your childhood has the most depressing story. Yeah, okay, we get the point. What was it? xxxtentacion Glazers during this time were not much better. I say quote. This quotations. Happy birthday, xxxtentacion. You have left the world, but you are always in the best place in my heart. I miss you so much. I promise you, he won't even say that to his mother, bro. I say for Juice WRLD, just increase that by tenfold. When he says I need to get home and points up to heaven. Now I'm running from her love. I'm not that. One thing my dad told me was never let your woman know when you're insecure. That hits. Oh, yo, kill this guy. Nah, but playing these songs during the Fortnite era was high-key tough though. Every time I would pop a shockwave, I would do it in Juice WRLD's honor. Every time I pop the impulse, pop that chalky milk with the chicken nuggets head ass, I would think of X while I did it. Nah, but the content they were making for Fortnite was just fried. Yeah, we had the little Fortnite collab song by, what was it, by Nerd Out. Yeah, what was it? Ninja did have the best verse by far. We had the Golden Touch song. I was wanting to go D1 in Fortnite back when I was in New York at the time. They had the World Cup. I wanted to be great, just like Booga. Every time that Tryhardninja song came on, it made me want to grind. I built every 90, every pyramid, bro. I ain't break those trees. I closed the doors behind me. I say I ain't buying my tears, bro. But it's a shame we never gonna get that era back. Also, I was ass at Fortnite. But going back to Tryhardninja, I say in terms of like YouTube music, he like the GOAT. He like Mount Rushmore of that. The FNAF slugs were going big at this time. Man, I was like, who was on top of it? Who started it, bro? Tryhardninja himself. Mandapony? Living Tombstone? Other GOAT. But we're not talking about him right now. JT Music? Another GOAT. He on the Mount Rushmore too. Fandroid? Ass. Top 5 Tryhardninja songs of all time. That one Batman song, I can't remember the name. Follow Me? You gotta put It's Me on that list. Number 2, the Puppet song. And number 1, this might be a little bit of an upset. What was it? Just an Attraction. Cuphead songs weren't as good. Besides like the main one. The rest of them were Besides this one specifically, I don't remember the name of it, but I'm gonna put it in during editing. Hey, we would never get this iconic intro without it anyway. We could never die. Nah, but do you know true, genuine slap? Yo, never seen it if you haven't watched Tomorrow's Teaching. I can't play any of that on my channel because I'm not trying to get that is way too God. Hit the vape. All I can describe it as just think of like 1940s Alabama. We talking like deep bayou area. And multiply that tenfold. I know not that many people have heard of Agzite, but I'm not even gonna say that's not even like bullshit. That was actually a good channel. But I'm not gonna lie, I just wanted to mention it because it's not the actual content that was bad. It was the motherfucking that sorry ass music in the back. I'm talking about the one that was it. Like that NCS type of music. And it took me until I was like 16 years old to realize they were Indian. But before I end the video though, bro, I can't do it without mentioning the Aaron Fraser Nash, man. That's just Tryhardninja except British. Instead of just like original video game songs, it's mainly like movie media and they're just parodies of pop songs. But I'll say best Pennywise impression in the game. I'm like, that one Fortnite Batman song he made. I don't know what it parody, but the song was like, Gotham City. Yeah, the Venom song, that parody, that one 69 song. Our personal favorite, that one Spider-Man, the Spider-Man song. But when I catch Vulture, I'll be in a danger. My head, it can't rest till then. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. Like, I still don't know the name of these songs, so I gotta look them up. Unfortunately, that's the end of the bullshit I used to watch on the internet 24/7. See, as a grown man now, I gotta watch like that more cultured shit. In your case, y'all gotta watch more on Suno. I wouldn't even call myself slop. I call myself like, I'm an enriching guy, I feel. Anyways, thank you for watching the video. I will catch y'all boys.
I love you, big bro. I love you, big bro. And I want you to know that I'm so sorry for things I said. Sometimes I...
Yeah, and the only way I can become a real boy is to devour the flesh of a real boy.